Hey guys, how you doing? So we finally came out with a bed that I think is going to be really revolutionary. So many people call me from around the country, and I just don't have anything to ship you or send you, and so I finally decided to put something together, and this solution I think will help a lot of people. So I just wanted to show you that and show you through the process of how we do it, how it's developed, what goes into it, all the arguments, all the discussions. This is just really how we do it. There's no other way. And everyone that's talking about it here, it's Jimmy, who's holding the camera right now, has been with us, what, 17 years?
Yeah.
He understands what your needs are. I've been doing it 40 years. Franklin's been a protege builder now for 7 years with us. And we're really excited about this. So let's get it going, and give me a call if you have any questions, and we'll help you out.
There we go.
Videoing. Okay, so I wanted to try this on my shoulder and my hip. It's just a solid coil. So this is good if you're overweight, not overweight, but 250, 280, 220. This is going to give you support. I mean, if you're anything under, you're going to float on top of it anyhow. Okay, so if you don't know what polyurethane foam is, this is polyurethane foam, and this can come in all different firmnesses, and it can come in all different degrees, Jim, and all different qualities. We use 1.8 density, which is a more expensive piece. So most manufacturers are using 1.5 and 1.2 to reduce price. So this costs us more to do this, but this is really going to give you that secondary level of a support on here. So our goal is to get this to go good 12, 15 years, feeling as though the day you bought it or close to it, not having it for 2, 3 years and wishing and finding it's just degrading and wishing you would have got another bed and you're on it for another 3 more years. And so this is good. And so we have to have this too, because I think we want to create a higher profile. It's a small coil. It's a 5-inch coil, right? Is it 5?
Yeah,
5.5.
To do this one.
Yeah.
Two-sided, right?
Yeah. So do we want to laminate this on there? So we're gonna laminate this on there right now. And what that means is we have a water-based adhesive, and we're gonna put it on there. And so the major brands, if you look at some of our other YouTube videos, they do what's called hot melt. They just get this real cheap, almost like a glue gun. They just glue it in certain spots to save money. We use a water-based adhesive.
That's a saltwater-based
Saltwater-based adhesive in latex, and it's very, almost no toxins in it, just minimal, no odor to it. As you can tell, we're not wearing masks. It's not harmful in any way whatsoever. And we like to get every coil. Sure, we can actually, because this, hey Jim, take a look over here. This is very expensive, this unit. This is Saba, and it's a very expensive, like one of these costs us $250 just for one. We might get 10 beds out of it. So the cost in a bed is very expensive. And that's why a lot of manufacturers don't use it. Again, it's about price and saving money. Okay, so he did one side. We're gonna square it up right now. Square it up exactly right here. Okay, see how it's nice and square, nice and tight. Now we're going to do the other side and evenly disperse it. Again, this is non-toxic, water-based. All the particles drop because it's water. This machine, this gun it's a patented gun. And what happens, it takes the water solution, they call it the activator through here. They take the latex solution here and they meet in the air, and that's why it works the way it works. So we're going to take this and we're going to make sure, and this is a queen size, 60 by 80. Make sure each one of these is right at the edge. Right here.
The difference of something that's handmade.
Yeah, and so also I want to tell you about the adhesive. So the reason these major manufacturers that do 1,000 pieces a day, 500 pieces a day, they use hot glue. and it's got more chemicals in it, but the reason they do is because it would dry literally in seconds, and so they can put out that many units. We do about 10, 12 units a day between Franklin and I and Michael. There's only 3 of us building in here. We can put out 10, 12 units a day. This is a 24-hour curing process because it's water-based, and water takes, by the time they activate it does stick, but by the time it fully cures, it's 24 hours. We're not pushing that many beds out. We don't have that volume. So again, this is a small detail to get what we want and do it right. So that's this unit right here. So let me grab that phone. Okay, big discussion here, you guys. Big discussion. This bed has to fit 80% of the clients around the country. It's got to fit their exact feel. It's got to give them lower lumbar support. It's got to give them shoulder support, like in other words, where they're not going to put pressure points on their shoulder. We know we have the best coil in the industry sitting here right now. It's a firm one. So what do you recommend we do on this bed that's going to fit for 80% of the clients that we send this to around the country?
It'll definitely have to be something in a combination of a firm medium.
Okay, so this is a solid firm spring. We know that. It's
Right.
nested
And then
coil,
we're building
thick gauge. The edge has got great support. They can lay at the edge and not feel like they're rolling
We can build
off.
off of that firm spring, but everything in that regard is definitely going to have that firmer support, and then it'll be firm top, flush top, pillow top if we do industry.
Well, it's going to be the same, shipped the same as we build it right now.
And both sides.
No, the other side is whatever they want. We have kits that
We'll
they're
have the
going to,
option.
we have an option kit that eventually, if they want, their body changes or whatever, if for some reason this is
They could
too firm
firm
or
it
too
or flush
soft,
it.
they'll have a kit they can order online to
And
do
go
to
either
put on the other
direction.
side and go any way they want.
They can go firmer,
Right.
or they could go plush.
Plush, firm, medium, whatever they want on the other
Or they
side.
could put the same exact medium on the other side that they have on
Right.
the first
If
side.
they liked
and then
it,
now you're flipping and spinning.
Well, now you have the bed longevity. So
agree.
Franklin, what would you do? What's he putting on there? So hold on. Let's go back and see. Go ahead, you guys. Let's see the consensus here of what we're coming up with. And just so all of you know, online or out there, this isn't an exact science. This is something that we really put a lot of discussion into after dealing with our clients day in and day out. So let's go back to this. Okay. So.
What do you? Well,
So-
because no trouble making it firm.
So what are you saying, Jim? What are you saying?
We're thinking more of a gentle firm.
Okay, so we're going to call this bed a gentle firm. We're going to basically
And
take a
then the
turn.
luxury firm would be the plusher version
Okay, which would be a softer latex.
and a softer.
What? Leave this and just do the softer latex, I'm thinking.
We'll know soon.
We'll know. Yeah, we'll know.
We'll know soon.
We'll know soon. Okay, so all of you out there, this is Talile latex. This is the best latex in the world. It's made here in America. There's another supplier in Netherlands. Listen, this is not inexpensive. Latex is your biggest cost in this whole build. Right, Jim?
And it's not in there just for marketing purposes.
No. So typically you're going to see small amounts.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
online.
what are you looking for? Latex? Oh, it's in there. Are you looking for memory foam? It's in there. Oh, copper infused? It's in there.
Right.
It's in there. It's in there.
All the nonsense.
Right? The better
Yeah.
the marketing, the crappier the bed.
Right. Basically, the more they say that's in there and what they're doing is going to
At
be
least less of what you want. And,
right.
And
Again, for me personally as a business owner and a bed builder, value, giving the customer everything I can give them and still make a profit and still get you guys everything you paid for. So that's the goal. So we're going to do Talile. And if you don't know about Talile, we can do some other videos. There might be some on our channel here. Talile is produced in America. There's 2 different types. There's a blended Talile, which is 30% latex, the actual from the tree, and then synthetic, the other 70%, which to me is the best latex there is.
most consistent.
It's the most consistent. So that the process is vulcanization, which allows them to come up with finite feels with this. And then so the quality, and it's much more durable. So most of the companies online are pushing Dunlop. Dunlop's a cheaper latex. They like to call it natural, which it is. It's mostly natural.
But less options.
But less options, and the problem with it is it has the feel is just terrible. The feel is just like
very
laying
dense,
on, very
very
dense,
dense.
laying on a car tire. There's no
Yeah,
conformity.
There's no shaping.
There's no shaping to it that this does. This is breathable. It's open cell structure. Again, we'll talk about body temperature and all that too as we go further into this series, but you're seeing the makings of a new bed on the market right now. So we're going to go ahead and laminate this latex on here, which is a medium. So we have a medium latex, medium polyurethane foam at 1.8, and then we have very durable nested coil that's got no real weak points to it at all.
And basically kind of a transition.
Right.
Coil,
Right.
middle support,
Uh-huh.
comfort layer,
Top layer. And then we're going to put our top panel on top.
which is basically a combination,
And-
aka it's kind of a, I guess the word to say is it's a recipe.
It's a recipe. It's a good
And
recipe.
if you don't put the right combination in the recipe, you get nothing.
But the secret to the recipe, we like to say to Colonel Sanders, we should lock it away in a safe. The secret is our designed coil that we designed out of Europe, and that's the secret to what the difference is. I'm going to take you like over here, these Leggett and Platt coils. Over here, if I take you to our coil, these coils, good coils. Not going to discount them, but they're just so unsupportive. If you think about it, it's more for a floppy feel, and most of the industry is using these, and I'll tell you why, so they can squish them down completely, roll them, fold them, and put them in a UPS box. Our bed here will be folded most likely, but and if anything, hand rolled and not compressed in a tiny little UPS box. Maybe we can do a half size of a mattress for shipping. We're going to find out. I'm not sure if we can. If that's the case, we're going to have to ship it full size like it is, and you guys will just have to pay more for shipping to get this type of bed. But that's a quality bed, and a lot of times I'll pick up half the shipping cost too, because we make money in the actual sale of the mattress. On the bottom here, this is the magic that we're going to offer. What we're going to do here is put the same 1.8 density foam here, and it's a medium feel, and it's durable. It's not going to break down like a lot of these cheap foams do on all these major brands and all these bed in the boxes. This is a good quality foam. We're going to laminate this on top. We're going to square it up, make sure it lines up perfect. Okay, and then this is going to be the bottom of the mattress, and I'm going to get deeper into this when we're done, and we'll talk about this. Hi everyone. In this segment, or we may run this video together if you can withstand a long format video, but for shortness, we're going to start talking about the panel, the top panel of the mattress. This is where your comfort comes in. You know, some people love that snuggly shoulder in, that real comforting feel. That has to do with what we put on top of the mattress. And if you want
The finish layer?
The finish layer, we call it a top panel. But if you look at it, this fabric, we actually import it from Canada. We like to keep most of our products coming in from North America, except for my coils from Europe. But so this is the organic, or not organic, I'm sorry. This is the cotton and polyester stretch knit. And what that does is it allows a lot of conforming and snuggling. I don't know what's
Shaping.
Shaping. What's another word for snuggle? Shape. I don't know.
Contouring.
Contouring. But I know one thing, and you know.
Comfort.
Comfort. You know, people when you sell, they like this feel.
Yeah.
So what we do is we quilt it, and we don't have a quilting machine here. My friend owns a quilting company and quilts for us, but we do 1.5 density super soft foam, which gives you that feel. If you go to a different bed that we make over here, we do a woven organic cotton, and there's just no snuggliness to it.
No stretch,
So
no
stretch,
falling into.
Right.
No,
So what we put under it gives
Has
you
to
that
be.
feel, but they're two different feels. So I
and
don't
that a
know.
cover can make that much difference.
Right. So right now, what we're doing is we're cutting this.
Cutting a panel.
Yeah, it's obviously measured. We hand cut it this way. Franklin's good at it, and so this is a queen size. And this is what's going to go on top of what we're building over there. And then again, we're going to hand laminate it with the water-based solution and the latex blend, and it'll be no odor or anything like that. This foam in here, Jim, is made in America. I would say 50% of the beds sold online, the foam's coming from out of country, say emerging countries like China, Vietnam, and there's no real regulations on that. You know.
And in regards to the foam here, the
It's
best
Certipure.
foam, Certipure.
Certipure is a
American.
regulating body that there's like I think there's I think there's like 4 or 5 foamers. They call them foamers in America that are big and produce this. It's a very expensive process, and so they're highly regulated about what type of chemicals they can use and put in there. There's no fire retardants put into this foam. If you want to talk about fire retardants, because by law we have to have that.
Right.
That's going to be right here at the very top. And that is rayon and polyester. It's a blend. So all that does is, so it's not harmful at all. All that does is slow down the burn rate. So when these are tested by law, it just has to kind of like crystallize and slow the burn rate down and not go up in flames. Like 45 seconds, I think it is. So that's what that is. It doesn't really affect the feel. And then on the back, here's some more magic. People don't know. This is what you learn over the years. And I'm exposing all my trade secrets, but you know what? You guys deserve it. This is organic stretch cotton backing. This backing right here, again, gives you that luxury, pliable stretch. I'm going into the bed feel.
Shaping.
It shapes.
Allows to shape to the
Shapes
to what's
to your
on
body.
top.
It shapes and molds to your body. So your low grade manufacturers, the ones that don't want to spend the money, what they do is they'll put maybe over here, Jim. I'll show you something that we build for someone. It's not that. It is right here. Right here. This backing right here, very inexpensive. It's like a little polyester backing, because when you quilt it, and there's no stretch to it.
No stretch.
So when you laminate it to your springs, it's just tight. It's
the only
just
give it has is what's above it.
right. So you can see, and it's very low end. You can tear it. Very inexpensive.
Minimal amount needed for production.
Yeah. So again, I pay more, but I know one thing, that it really gives that bed the ultimate feel. So that's a little trick of the trade. And I have some friends that make beds, and we all discussed it, and they're very grateful that we kind of exposed and showed them what we do that way. Because now they're doing it in their beds, which is great. This is a big decision. What were you saying, Jim? Let's talk about this. What?
Just as on a two-sided bed, that you notice that once you put something on both sides of the spring, now the spring becomes the middle.
Right.
So therefore, the density of that spring, if I didn't have anything but a firm foam on the bottom and this soft on the top, it's going to make the spring feel different.
Okay, but not
So,
much. But not
not a
much.
lot,
I'm
but-
thinking at best 3 to 5%. Yeah. Not that much to where it's going to affect anything. And
No.
but
This foam is very good.
very supportive.
But
Yeah.
normally when it's the bottom, it's a firmer foam. Right
Yeah.
now, it's not. So this, when you flip it over, it's going to give a little.
Just a little. I don't think.
I mean, you can only go.
But
you can only give that much.
But here's the thing, you guys. I don't.
You can only go that far with it.
But here's the thing. I don't think you want a brick anyhow. You want some give. You want
but I mean,
give.
isn't it normal when you build a one-sided bed, you guys, it's got a firmer bottom foam than the foam you put over the coil and the comfort layer?
Pretty most. Yeah.
They're not
yeah.
usually the same. Is
Right.
What I'm saying.
Right. So.
Bing, I'm the salesperson.
Yeah. No, I get it.
That's
I get
the
it. Yeah.
thought process I'm having when they say, "Hey, can you make me this bed two-sided?" And our beds are shown one-sided. It's going to change the feel if I add a second side to it.
So what's the purpose of this actual mattress? To get the ideal feel at any level, whatever side it's on, you're going to be able to create the feel necessary.
Right.
And the support.
Basically, you could have this side on both sides.
Okay.
This feel on both sides, or you're going to have this with the firmer side.
Okay.
So what if you got this and you said it's too soft, then you could flip it over and just lay on the firm side.
You can.
That's
you can.
an option.
You can, but we're not going to put we're going to put a real base quilt on here. A base quilt, nothing that's going to give you any comfort. It's just going to help you when you create your kit that we put on top.
It'll allow for the
Yeah.
kit to go on the second side.
Okay, so let me put this on pause, and then we're going to go to the next stage here on the build out of this
I think we should.
new model. Okay, so Franklin says that sounds like the plan. I think we all agree that this is the plan and this is what's going to really help people sleep well. So right now we're doing the panel. We're taking more of our quilting, and he's marking it out the right way. Measurements are critical here. Very critical to make sure these things attach properly. And they take time. This is not like a factory production line bed. Each one of these is individually done. This is a roll slicer. It's one of the most dangerous blades in the industry. You put your finger in there, it just cuts it in half. So they do have chains that you can, well, they have chain gloves you can put on where if you cut it, it doesn't cut your finger off.
Yeah, it just
So
leaves you a little finger.
yeah.
The no
Yeah.
glue in this panel, right?
Okay, so this one's not going to be laminated down because this is your adjustability.
Yes.
So yeah, this panel does not get laminated on the bottom, which is fine. And now he's going to our flange machine, but he's going to do something a little different here. Do you have the 1-inch flange on there? Yes. We have a little 2-inch flange that makes it easier to run through the machine here. These should be plenty.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. By the way, see all these panels right here? These are for beds that we put in those adventure vans all over the country. We do custom adventure vans where they're all different shapes for all the bolsters, and they're beautiful. We do inner spring ones, really comfortable. We build them for an online company that we sell so many of them, and people are so comfortable and grateful. Let me go over here. Let me go around. Okay. Okay, Franklin's got the top panel done. Oh, wait a second, Frank. Oh, yeah, no, we're good. We're good. So this panel is going to be put on permanently. So when you get your bed delivered, this bed's going to come completely usable right out of the box.
Sleep ready.
Sleep ready, yeah. We don't believe in assembling beds. Again, you'll get these beds in the mail from, there's a company out there called Nest. There's Nature Pedic selling all these beds. You get it in a box like this. You'll get it in a box like this. And you'll get some latex rolled up like that. Some latex rolled up like that. You'll get a spring like this, compressed and rolled up. And then they tell you, okay, lay it in there, lay it inside there, and just stack everything. And you know what? The benefit of doing it that way, from what they claim, is that you can create all different feels. And it's never going to be the same. And there's no structure. Then you zip a cover around it, and there's just no structure to this thing. You'll see, once you get it, you'll look at the work and say, that doesn't even look straight. You're really not making your own bed. You're just taking it out because it's the only way.
Assembling it like an IKEA cabinet.
Yeah, and it's the only way you can get it to them affordably, right? So, okay, so look how beautiful that is. That's a beautiful bed right there. That core, God, if you bought this from anyone else, you're going to see a bunch of memory foam. You're going to see low-grade polyurethane. You're going to see a spring that's got a real...
The amounts will be minimal.
Yeah, and not only that, see this spring in here, Jim? That's 13.5 gauge. That's rare. You know, that years ago they did that. Years ago they had a real thin gauge, thicker gauge coil.
Notice
here.
no wobble.
No. Okay, so this is how we attach your mattress panel on top. You don't need any other filling in here. You don't need it. Here.
Why don't you show them?
Yeah. So in a bed like this, yes, we can add memory foam. We could add as much as you want, and that's to be discussed. In other words, if someone called me and they really wanted to create something above and beyond this, definitely we do that. We do a lot of, it's like this. We custom tailor your beds to fit your needs, but that's more about an hour discussion on the phone or 2 hours discussing your health needs, your sleep needs, and everything else. But for the most, this is the feel I would say most people when they come in our showrooms love. This is our best selling.
It's what
feel.
sells the most.
Sells the most, and it's not, you know.
It's a safe.
What do you think, Franklin?
It's a safe comfort.
Right. Now
is a good way to say
now
it.
you talk about people that have beds at home. They're buying new beds because they have these what they call body depressions.
AKA the swell.
The marriage hump.
Yes,
swell
the
in
marriage hump.
center.
Nobody sleeps in the middle.
Yeah, so if you use good quality materials like that, yes, you're going to get a little impression here. Yes, you will. But you're not going to feel, because of what's under it and how it's built, you're not going to feel like you're in this hole.
And again,
Yeah.
tell them, the people, about proper maintenance. Like with everything else,
Yes.
proper maintenance makes things last longer.
Of course, it's like
wear better.
It's like rotating anything,
Tires,
anything.
everything.
You want to spin your bed once, and yes, you're gonna.
The more you do it, the less you realize you're on the other side.
Yeah, you're not gonna. This is what you're gonna get. This is what you're gonna get. But you're one thing to see it. It's bad to feel it. So you don't want to feel it, and that's how we design our. These are the best materials available in the industry. I don't know what else you would do, other than have lower grade materials, and that's where the problems start. Okay, they do it because that's the only way they can ship it affordably, and then if you don't like a particular feel, then they can send you a piece of something and you can take it out, unzip it, and throw it in there. That's not the way it should be. You build the right bed like this, and there's none of that. And so think about the footprint too. The footprint, sending
The
stuff
waste.
back and forth, the waste. It's
The
just
time, just all the
waste,
effort,
footprint. Yeah.
the footprint alone just from an
Yeah.
exchange.
Right.
So basically what you're trying to say is the object is try to eliminate having to worry about returns or exchanges.
Right. That's not what we want. We want
Or
this-
the customer should be worrying about that.
No, the
I mean,
customer shouldn't have, you guys shouldn't have to be worrying about that. Your worry is to sleep well, sleep as good as you can. And that's our goal here. So again, we've been doing this YouTube channel now for, 3 years?
Yep.
And with no intentions to even make money, but we've had such a calling for people around the
Positive
country.
response that
Positive response that they
asking
need to build
for
them a
things.
bed, and finally I'm getting to the bed that finally I'm doing it. So again, we're laminating water-based adhesive. The top panel is going to be permanent. Again, there's no shifting or lumping. You get these other beds, you start to see shifting and lumping and compaction. This doesn't have that. So right now, we're at I'm looking for a tape. Right, measure? Right there. So right now, Jimmy, we're at 10 inches. Okay. So this bed, finished and delivered, is 10 inches.
So 10 total inches
10 inches.
delivered.
And you've got a bed that's going to last you a good 15 years solid.
With a second side option.
Right. Which we'll get into.
We'll be
on
getting
this.
to here in the next part.
Yeah. And now he's going to do what's called hog ringing the bed or C-ringing it. And this is important because this flange that we put on over at the other machine, there's a reason for that. He's going to show you what it does right now. This is what starts creating all the structure of the bed. So yeah, you can go around and show them how it's attached. So see how it locks everything together? Just locked it together, even though we laminated it. So most of your companies out there, they don't laminate it. This right here would just go up and down. But we laminate and we hog ring it and tighten it down. Yeah. Okay, so what are you thinking, Franklin? What are we looking for down here now? What's the next stage of making this bed the right bed, the perfect bed?
Original
Yeah.
bottom, right?
Yeah.
The what?
The original bottom. So this is the original, so this would be the bottom that we're designing for.
This one is nice, but I don't know.
Let's do that.
Look at this, is nice.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
Let's do that. That's a beautiful bottom. And I think, okay, people out there, here's what we're doing now. This is called spacer material. Again, something that these high-tech companies use. And it's really, again, for shoes. I think a lot of them are used for shoes on this, right?
Jim shoes looks like that.
Yeah, you got this on your shoes, Jim? Let me see. Yep, see there it is on a tennis shoe. It's spacer, it's breathable. That's the whole point. That's the whole point Nike uses it. And that's why we're going to use this Nike type material. Yeah. Yeah, so we roll this out. And you know, people wonder why these things are $2,000, $2,000, $2,500. There's a lot to this. These materials aren't inexpensive materials. So course, we can use that stuff everyone uses, that, you know, but yeah, that gray no slip stuff that they use, and it's just terrible.
Let's see.
Yep, we're gonna give it a shot here. What are you doing, Jim? Huh? You playing? What are you doing? Well, Jimmy's a little fastidious here. He likes nothing on his shirts. No, they don't want to get dirty in any way whatsoever.
It's called sales.
Jimmy.
I forgot
He loves his
I'm in
sales.
manufacturing right now, but
Oh, you got your Integrity shirt on. So there's our logo. That's our by Doctor's Care. So the reason Jimmy, tell us why we put Doctor's Care on that branding.
it's to basically
I mean, how many doctors have we built these for? How many chiropractors? And
a plethora of them,
Uh-huh.
and then also people tend to really appreciate something when it's named after a medical.
right, a medical, and
Chirocore,
but more,
Posturepedic.
but more than naming, more than that hook, they call that a hook in naming. More than that, I think we have about 15 chiropractors within our area over here, around the country actually, that we deal with.
Yeah.
And so we value their opinion. And they represent and sell this bed to their clients as well. They actually will refer customers to us.
Yep.
We can't by law give them any kind of money for it, but they do refer us.
No, they do a lot
their
of
clients.
referrals.
Yeah, so we figured by Doctor's Care, you know, it's just kind of a neat name. And Integrity, why the name Integrity?
Because it's something that we stand behind.
Right, we stand behind. Well, we know the industry has a lack of.
Very.
Very
lacking
limited amount of integrity in our industry.
yes.
Why?
Money.
Money. It's all about money because these are blind items and the consumers don't know what's in them. This is why we're doing this build out right here. We're doing a build out so you can see exactly what's involved, exactly what's in these beds.
Exactly what you're paying for.
And what you're paying for.
Right, what you're paying for. Nobody ever gets to see this.
Right, for the most part, right?
No, it's all done in a room or a warehouse where you don't get to see it or have any choice in it.
Right. So Franklin's formula is here. Let's see if his numbers can work.
Cut nothing in this panel.
You're not, huh?
Why cut another one?
Yeah, we can cut another one if we have to. We're just going to see what happens here. I think on that one next time we'll have to put the FR border too. This is just a sample. That's okay for now. Yeah, because once you're on the inside, you want it wrapped in FR.
And then the zipper access.
Yeah,
If the zipper's
White
open.
material.
yeah. But for now, this is just a prototype.
AKA R&D.
No, I'd like to actually
I have a 6 inches though, white border, 7 inches.
FR.
Yeah, if you want to put it in there.
Do you really? Well, next time. But this is
Well,
someone.
thank
I think one of my followers that I think watch our and support our show. Why don't we give this to someone? Like pick out one,
Yeah.
huh? Yeah, let's do that. Once we get it built, we'll figure out which one of our supporters or followers or whatever they call them, people that really like what we do.
Yeah.
Let's see if we can just hold like a little contest or drawing or something. Or, yeah. Okay.
That'd be the way to do it.
Huh? Yeah. Come up with some idea to get it to someone in need.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. That's what we'll do then. Yes. Team meeting here. We're trying to figure out now the strategy
Border, and then he wants to attach the zipper to the bottom.
on all the beds. All the
of them,
beds should
so they
have
that option. So I'm thinking black zipper, black border. You don't see the zipper as much. Doesn't matter, but I mean,
What's your opinion, Franklin?
you gotta attach them.
Yeah, the black space is gonna.
Okay, the black spacer, I think we should use the black
Because of
spacer
the-
border because this is what Nike uses, right? And all these shoe companies and athletic companies use this what's called spacer material, which allows complete airflow to go through. And so, yes,
That open
body
coil.
temperature has a lot to do with what we put on top of the bed, but at the same time, you want these materials to have breathability as well.
It can exhaust the heat out the side. It doesn't have to all rise up.
Right. So this zipper we have, it's custom made for us. It's actually for tents, and because it's so durable. This thing.
The big zipper, or we have like.
No, I think the big tent one will last a lot of years. I mean, is it? What I mean, that's easier for you because that's how you're going to bind it over here, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
You have to use that.
Jim, do you want to get up there and lay on this as is right now?
Use a letter.
Jim's gonna hop up there. I mean, Jimmy's almost 60, so we got. Okay, tell me your opinion on feel and on customers and.
Yeah, that's a nice, gentle, firm.
It's one is the components. Those need to be rated. Just the components alone have to be rated. And then after that, the comfort level has to be rated. And then after that, the support has to be rated. So those are the three components that I'm working on to create a true scale. And I'm thinking it's 1 to 12. Because I'm thinking if you set extra firm being a 10, there's even another level that we can create, take it all the way up to a 12.
Right. Which
So if I can create an industry standard on a true scale, that when people get the bed, they'll know 1 through 3 is this.
Right.
3 through 6 is that. 6 through 9 is that, and 9 through 12 is this.
Right.
And that's it. There's no discussion. That's just what it is. But right now they see them online. They're picking a 7, and they'll call us or talk to us and say, "Oh, I like a 7." Well, 7 can be different with a lot of different company scales because
they're rating it to their beds.
they're just rating it to a comfort level and not
their beds.
to their beds and a comfort level, but not even the components, not even the springs. Each one of these have to have a standard, like durometer. They call it a durometer test of like what it really is, what it represents. So just for the future, that's what we're working on.
Yeah.
If you were to put this on our scale of a 1 through 12, where would you?
This would be your probably, and 9 through 12 is the firmest.
Yeah.
This is probably the 3 through 6.
Oh, really? It's not. It wouldn't be like a 6. Like
Maybe a 6 to 9.
6 to 9, 6 to 7, 6, 7, 8.
Because I can say you could make this thing, and I would say next jump up here. But you could to go firmer, not a problem.
Meaning
to make this coil firmer
on the other side. Okay.
Not a problem.
Okay. So we could take it to a 12 if we wanted to. Yeah, we could take it to the hardest bed, which to us the hardest bed is similar to the ground. And that's a medium firm.
Right? That's the 6, 7.
This is a firm, Jim. This is a medium firm. This is
gentle.
7, 8, 9. 7,
Right?
8, 9.
Yeah, 7, 8, 9.
Yeah. On our scale based on components. And I'm working on it. So this is not like one of those scales you see online. This is 7, 8, 9. How are the edges on this thing?
Roll over,
Perfect.
you can't even tell.
Can't even tell. And that's because we put the thicker gauge around the edge.
You don't feel like you're going to roll out.
No, this is the perfect bed. Okay, we're on to something with this. All right. Okay, so the next step on this is what, Franklin?
Border measurements?
Okay. The border, just so you guys don't know out there, the border here is what goes around the edge. This is called a border. Everything that closes this thing in is a border. And what are you saying?
What kind of house you want?
We're going to go,
On the bottom.
I think we've all come across, on the bottom we'll discuss, but let's talk about the spacer right now. Okay, let's do black spacer. We're going to do black spacer because why? It's breathable, it's durable.
And it doesn't show any type of...
Yeah. It doesn't show anything. It's just
doesn't show anything.
And I think
putting sheets on and
kind of a cool bed is black and white.
Yeah.
This what you see on the back of it here, is polyester and rayon. And again, by law,
fire barrier?
Yeah, by law, it's for fire barrier, which doesn't affect anything. There's no toxicity to it. So this is black spacer. If you look at it real close, like this, see all the holes?
It's like what they use for the shoes.
Yeah, you can breathe right through it. Right through it. So it allows airflow. And that's what you want in a bed. You want airflow on your top of bed and on side. Anywhere you can get airflow.
The heat can be exhausting.
Yeah, back in the day they used to do the vents, the air vents, which they still do on some lines, but that's just small little air vents. This is all the way around. This is going to give
the
you
whole height of the coil.
Right.
Air can
Right.
move through. 5.5 inch gap
And
of air
and
flow.
also, just so you know, it also allows the coil to act more.
Right.
Because there's no air, it's not locked in. Kind of like if you were to take plastic and blow it up and you go to press on it, the air's not releasing.
Yep.
This allows for the coil to do exactly what it's supposed to do. Release, compress, with no
Shape.
in shape with no infringement. Okay, let's take it over there and do what we got to do. Okay, so now in this process, this is all done by hand, everyone. Okay, so now in this process, this is all done by hand, everyone. We do not have big equipment that does this. So Franklin, our lead builder designer here, he is measuring what size we need. Hold on.
Because we have to add the zipper, right?
Yes, we're gonna add a zipper.
Zipper gonna take like almost half inch.
Okay. So because we're adding a zipper, we need to make it another ½ inch wider. So this is all. Now, once we get these specs done, of course we put it in production and it's done multiple at a time. We'll do, 20 borders at a time or whatever. So, yeah. He's going all the way around. And Jim, we can also we'll have it maybe embroidered, have the labels in pre-embroidered. Hey, Franklin, and before you close this, I want to measure the length of it and write it down. Yeah. Yeah. Well, we can have embroidered in white, whatever. Yeah. So people don't know what law labels are. So that little white tag that's on your mattress that says "Do not pull off." Well, by law, you're allowed to pull it off. But also, as a manufacturer, it voids your warranty if you pull it off. So really, keep it on there because the information that's on those law labels will tell us what type of bed it was, when it was made,
How it was made.
who made it, for the most part. And the problem I'm having with the industry, Jim, is that it's so vague. And my goal in the future is to put a lot more information on that law label or attached to it that gives the consumer a better idea as to exactly what's in that bed, the type of coil, the gauge of coil, who made the coil, where the foam came from, what the thickness of the foam was, the grade of the foam, all that information.
A little more detailed
a lot more,
law label.
A lot more. The industry doesn't require it. All they require, and I'll show you when I'm done here, you can come in and zoom in. All they require is just percentages of raw materials. And that doesn't help for you guys, the consumers, to try to figure, apples for apples and make the right decision.
Right. What's the bed actually made of?
Right. So my goal is to micro analyze that information, and all of our beds, and just because I haven't had time to do it, all of our beds in the future here are going to have such a list of ingredients that you'll be able to shop it anywhere you want. The problem is the industry won't have that information. So my goal is to get the industry to also come along for the ride and create that information as well. Does that make sense?
Yeah, you just want to be able to have an all-around.
I want the customer to be able to make the right decision. It's all about the customers, because without good customers, we have nothing. Business is just not business.
Right.
We want good customers, happy customers.
Repeat customers.
Yeah, repeat. You're not going to make everyone happy in business.
No.
Well, my goal is to get as many. I'm a people pleaser. I want to make sure you guys are happy and you talk good about us and you love our products. And that's how I feel you build a brand. That's my personal opinion. Some people do it and they can build brand. You can build a brand by cheating, lying, and being vague. It's what I call lying by omission, by not putting information in there. But for me, transparency is the way to go. It's not about getting rich. It's about,
is transparency kind of like making it a lot easier to answer your own question?
Well, yeah, also, you're right.
So to speak.
So for us, it'll also allow us to backtrack and make any decision that we need to on a fix, a repair, or even an enhancement based on the information that I put out there. If it's vague here, because we're so creative, this is a creative boutique factory. We do 10, 12 beds a day. And I do a lot of them around the country for people, and I really spend time and just try to really get them what they want. But for me, it's a twofold. It's for us and the consumer. And these big factories, I hope someday that these factories would follow suit and do exactly what we're doing. But so far, they're all privately held. They're publicly traded companies now. They're big hedge funds.
It's about volume.
It's about volume, and they care less about the consumer, in my mind.
And
I'll tell you how we do it here. So if I go on here, it's up. So we just pick any law label. Let's go this one, and I'll print it out when I'm done. By law, we have to have these. So everyone.
AKA a law label.
Yeah, but the reason I do it this way and I don't buy boxes of them pre-made is because every bed we do seems to have a certain difference as I shape them and custom fit them for my clients. So I like to take control of it and have it handy like this.
So basically, that gives the customer a handbook to what they're sleeping on,
yeah, and because a lot of times, and I think
or AKA, let's say it this way, a recipe.
yeah, I get so many calls saying, "Hey, I bought a bed from you," and you know they're 12, 15 years ago, and of course the paperwork's so buried and gone.
Yeah, nobody keeps their
Well,
invoice.
you tell them, go to your bed, look at the law label, take a picture of it, send it to me, and I'll just make it the same thing. It's easy. It's easy that way. So that's another reason. So here we go.
So Spence, it looks like we are printing labels.
Yeah, we're doing the law label, like we talked about earlier, Jim. And it's got to be on there by law. It's going to have all the information for us, for them. So whatever you do, never pull that law label off. That way we know how
Affects warranty.
it affects the warranty, because we don't know what bed it is, when it was built, and it's always good because really if there's a defect in a bed, you want to be able to get it back in, tear it apart, and see what went wrong so you can remedy and fix that, whatever it is. But generally speaking, we don't have much warranty issues at all, because if you use great materials, there's nothing that really goes wrong.
No, you
So-
get the proper wear out of the bed that people usually have less to
Right.
say.
My biggest thing is making sure that they're, when they buy the mattress only, because that's what we'll be selling them,
Right, that it's going on the
on a
right.
solid surface,
Flat, hard surface.
like the ground here.
Flat, hard surface, right?
And you know, a lot of people get these slats. They go on wafer. They
Euro
buy-
slats,
they call it
flex-
platform beds, and these got these slats.
Flexible
You
slats.
put them on there, and just as much as they flex up,
They flex in.
down, and then that's how you get those marriage humps, and you wear
And
the
you get
mattress
really
down
deep
more.
body impressions.
Yeah, so
on the
to
sides.
me, solid. And if you do get slats, it'd be nice if you had someone handy. Put a piece of 3/4 plywood across. You could put a bunkie.
A bunkie
board.
across.
It makes it a little bit thicker.
Just something that keeps it flat.
You just want flat. You don't want too much give.
Because you'll shape the
If you
bottom.
take wood slats like this, they bend. Wood bends.
They give.
But if you were to take wood and go like this, there's no give to it.
There's no bend.
Yeah, but again, they call them platform beds online. Oh, you can just put a mattress on top. 50% of the time, people are destroying brand new, beautiful beds and don't realize it. Buying a brand new platform, so solid surface as hard as the ground.
Flat slats, not Euro
And
slats.
so if you had, let's say you have a queen,
Right.
you have your slats going across, and they give you a little cup about 3 posts touching the ground in the center. That's okay, but that extra 30 inches on both sides, those slats are still going to bend a little.
They're going to flex where you sit, where
Yeah,
you
they're
get
gonna-
in and get out.
Right. So again, yeah.
And
so-
it's hard to convince people that
Yeah. I
a
got
bed damage is based on the
Right.
proper or improper
support.
foundation.
Yeah, so we got off topic, but the topic is
Law label.
Yeah, law label. This is a Loving Sleep Integrity model since 3.0. INTEGRTY.
So this is where you
Integrity 3.0. This is
fill in the blanks and print the labels.
Yeah, and so Jim, how long have we been building this Integrity? 4 years or so?
Right around 4 or 5 years.
And you're at close to selling 300 or so of them, or 250.
Yeah. Minimum.
Minimum, we've probably had 3 or 4 issues where customers weren't comfortable and they had to use the other side. And
Yeah.
we don't buy the inserts or change them or whatever, which we make that very simple for you. But the 3.0 should solve most of those problems. It should be just, hey, I love the bed you guys sent me. It's perfect. Or it's just not firm enough. What can we do? And we don't have the website built out yet. They just go on the website and pick whatever cartridge insert.
Comfort cartridge they want.
Yeah, it's going to include the top, the cartridge, and then they would just zip it right on the bed, and now they've got whatever feel they desire. We'll have like probably 6 different ones, from gel foam, memory foam, latex,
Combo.
regular polyurethane foam, and then a combo foam. We don't like to do natural materials because they compact too much.
Too fast.
Yeah, if you're worried about body temperature and sleep, again, we sell these all cotton mattress pads or a woolen cotton mattress pad. Woolen cotton's great because it disperses your body temp, your moisture away from you.
Moisture, sweat,
Yeah,
and
it's
it wicks
called-
everything away.
Yeah, people think wool keeps them warm. No, it's quite the opposite.
Does
It
both.
Does both. It's amazing how it works. So anyhow, I'm going to print this out. This is how basic we are here. We do one bed at a time because we're designing customers' beds one at a time, one at a time, one at a time. Custom tailoring, custom fitting. This should pretty much do everything we need. Is this thing on? Yeah.
So now we should have a label printing out here
Right.
that you can attach to the bed.
Yeah, I mean, I could buy these pre-done, but every bed is different. So anyhow, this is called Tyvek, this paper. It's really durable. And basically, we're gonna cut it. And I just ruined my desk, but because I didn't have scissors in here. Did I put a line? Yeah, I don't know. Cut my
Better
desk.
take it out there and cut it properly.
Well, because you're shooting this video, I want to make it real quick and easy.
There you go.
Okay, so now this goes out here.
Now-
show it what it is. Yeah, these are important. I mean, this is the whole formula. In the future, we're going to have a full-blown informational packet, and you're going to know a lot more about this bed as to where it comes from. You know, another issue is if they're not dated, you don't know how long that bed in the box that you just got in the UPS or in the mail is. They can only really stay condensed for about 2 to 3 weeks before the materials start breaking down. The foam cells start reducing and breaking.
So it shortens the lifespan of the bed.
So important to have a date on this thing. And if I forget dates, I put 2024 on here, but dates are really important. So, where did Franklin go? Okay, well, we'll go over here. Franklin's he's building another bed over there, so we'll do this. And because I'm 60 almost, I need a light. Most everyone else around here is so much younger, they don't need lights. Franklin, do we have the border for this yet or not? He's gonna bring it over. Okay, we gotta note this down. So we're writing the measurements down here.
275,
How about do we know the width of it?
10 and a half.
Okay, what's this?
This is for you double.
Huh?
You put like double,
What do you mean double?
like the middle to the middle.
That's
to the
middle.
center, to the center.
138 is half what
you
276.
go only one like
Okay.
that.
Okay. And this is for the everyone, this is for our
This
zipper.
is-
This is for our zipper. Without these measurements, if you were to buy a new cover a year or two from now or a new, then you wouldn't know, it wouldn't attach properly. So, here, you want to do this real quick? I mean, he's good at it. He's been doing it. Yeah. And then here's the label. And we're not going to put an actual label on it right now because
Because it's the R&D bed.
yeah, something we're gonna get in our showroom. What's this gonna sell for? Do we know?
On the floor, it's going to probably retail here in the store for about $21.99.
Okay, $2,200. Do we sell a lot at that price point for a queen, or what's the most common price point for a queen?
In our store, it's about $2,400.
Okay, so in the industry, what do you think it is?
prob-
Online it's probably like
16,
1600,
14, 14 to probably 1800
Right.
for anything.
right? And
that
then they
you
put
would-
an extra 400 in there
For-
just
so they
to
can
throw
eat it.
away. Just
So
eat
they
it
can
and
eat
throw
it.
it away. So really, you're getting $1,000 bed.
Right,
In all reality,
right.
right?
And
and all the shortcuts.
yeah, shortcuts. And,
Okay. So this is 2,200, but that's clients call me all the time. Well, what can we expect? $2,000 to $3,000, you're going to get the best bed. Period. In that range, right?
that's
Huh? What do you think on handles or not?
Well,
it's a corporate decision here, guys.
flipping,
Here, let me see that.
flipping.
Okay, we got a corporate decision here.
Do you think this is strong enough for handles?
That's the question.
This
Is
guy is gonna be
It's pretty heavy.
really.
That's pretty heavy.
I mean,
To
I don't
put
know
a
why
handle
that
on.
spacer material is very durable. I mean, we should be able to put handles. Is
Be able
that
to-
so? What's the purpose of handles? Let's talk about handles on a bed. Let's just start from why there aren't handles on beds and why
Because
there
you're
are.
not flipping them, one. And
Okay.
Two, they don't want you to really rotate them because then they wear faster and you buy them sooner.
Right, and I'm thinking also the third reason, Jim, is most of the bed makers, these pop-up bed makers
Yeah.
online,
Zip-on covers.
they're zip-on covers that they just do on little sewing
Cheapest way-
machines.
the
It's the
cheapest
cheapest way to
cover,
make a
zip-on
mattress.
cover, no handle.
No handles because it just pulls the cover, it
Raw, rips it
stretches,
off.
it doesn't make sense. They don't have the equipment that we have here to create the quality beds like, major producers do. so do we. But these small little startup companies
They're
are just doing
everything
little,
based on how fast they can make them
and just
how
sew
fast
little
you can
zippers,
ship 'em.
and then just zip a zip over
Zip it up,
something.
cover, 'cause
Yeah,
it's less work to make.
less work to make, less
Less
quality,
labor,
lesser
less
quality,
everything.
the whole thing, lesser price. Okay, so Franklin, do we do handles?
It's up to you guys.
What type of handles do you want to put on here?
What type of
Vertical handles.
Yeah.
It looks very nice.
Okay, Franklin's got a concept on a handle here.
Yeah.
Do you like that? Yeah, that's a
Yeah.
nice look.
Looks like it means it's supposed to go
Is that
there.
the same tape edge we want to use on the bed?
Yeah.
Or is there a darker
There's
one?
another one a little more.
Which one do you like to
Do
use?
the dark tape
This one
edge.
looks more heavy.
Do we have
The other
enough of
looks
this one?
Cheaper.
Do we have enough?
We don't have enough.
Okay.
Roll.
Okay. So I think that's a nice looking handle.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got that all right. Just so you know, there's some beautiful combinations of beds being made out there, color-wise. It really is nonsense because by the time you cover it and everything, it doesn't matter. The reason why they put beautification like components around beds is because when you walk in showrooms, someone aesthetically falls in love with the look and the color palette.
And
The more
doesn't care
they're
about
more
the bed.
apt to, yeah, they're more apt to be attracted to that bed and buy it. So basically that's done for showrooms. For functionality, it has nothing to do with it. Everything, my opinion is, everything we put on a bed should be functional and have a purpose. And what I'm thinking the purpose is with these handles is, one, for positioning it, number one. Number two, if you have to flip it and you
Or
want to use the other
rotate,
side down the
rotate.
road and rotate it, that's great. But number three, which I think is probably the best functional use, is if we put them close enough to the edges, Franklin, then it's a lot easier to lift up and put sheets on.
But shit, yeah,
If you
that helps.
if you put it over here, it becomes it's heavier.
Yeah, you
So
made your mind.
this is a concept I think we should
Well,
go ahead, Jim. Yeah.
It can't be too far apart.
Yeah, but most people have two people lifting.
Right. Well,
you
you
know,
could
lift-
grab. Well, and if not, you could go.
Yeah, no, and I don't know if we're going to put them on the front. I just
No,
think you need them on
on
the
the side.
sides here. So we're going to come 6 inches in. For me personally, the biggest thing I hear from customers is this heavy to put the sheets on? Is it too heavy? Well, it's not too heavy, and this bed should be fine on adjustable beds too. You know, the beds that go up and down. It's going to be beautiful on an adjustable bed.
Yeah, this one bent.
Yeah.
The bed's pretty.
That's bad.
Yeah. So, yeah, it'll be fine. So that's okay. We came up with the answer here. Can we make some handles really quick?
Yeah.
Let's do that real quick.
Nothing like cheap.
No, there's a lot of steel in there. Heavy steel.
Well, it's the-
13.5 gauge, 14.5 gauge.
It's the majority of the bed.
Well, you know what's weird is most of the coils in the market, Jim, are
Yeah.
going to be 15.5, 16.5.
Really?
Lake and play. Yeah, it's thin steel. The less steel. Steel is not inexpensive.
No, but I mean,
So, yeah.
it's so funny that they get away with being
Well, yeah.
so skimpy.
They do.
Well, because they
it's
don't
crazy.
have to worry about.
They just build these things for their 7 to 10 years and you get another one. I mean, it's just, you know, this is how they used to build them with the thicker. Back in the day, when I got in 86, they were 12.5 gauge, which means it's even thicker. Yeah.
Well,
And
that's in the old springs that lasted forever.
right. Well, these are getting close. These are nice. Look at this. The handles are on there. I forgot he did that. Just so everyone knows, see this yellow thread here? It's called Kevlar. And that's fire rated. By law, your thread has to be on any seam that exposes the bed has to have Kevlar fire rated thread. So if a flame hits it, it doesn't pop right open. Your nylons, your
And then
cotton.
expose all the burnable.
Yeah, as soon as it pops open.
Then the flame can get in there, oxygen, air. Now you're going to have a mass fire.
Right. We had a few years ago, we had a customer's bed catch on fire in his house. A cat knocked over a candle, a latex bed. Thank God we had the FR in there by law.
Right.
And it basically burnt a bowling ball hole in there and stopped. It didn't expand on the whole bed. The guy was downstairs and the cat went and got him. It ran downstairs, got him, and he went upstairs and it was just burnt in that one section where the candle knocked it over, so it saved his house. He called me 6 months after he bought a new bed, says, I need another bed. I go, what do you mean you need another bed? That thing should last 20 years.
No,
It's
you
all
just
latex.
got a latex bed.
Yeah, so that
Candle.
Yep,
I
saved
was
him.
going to say, I thought you were going to say your mom.
And then back in the day, we were all upset. What's all this FR stuff? Fire. I mean, this is just another expense. But it
That would've burnt.
saved a
Burnt.
life. Probably saved his life and his house.
And
So
his animal.
it's one good. Yeah, and his animal. So there's a good example.
No.
Okay,
This top.
he's going to tape edge the top first. It's called a tape edge machine, which if you've watched some of our videos, it's a piece of equipment that actually closes the mattress. See, it goes around like this. Yeah.
But when you go to change it up, and if the customer wants to go from medium to plush,
Then
3-inch,
they get our
we have to
special
do
attachment.
we have to do the zipper
The attachment, which is fine. That's what we're known for, is the
and
attachment.
that would be
That's our
sold to them at the time.
That would be our patent pending
Right.
strategy.
Right. That's what I would do.
Okay.
I would definitely, because you're going to have.
So we're giving them a two-sided bed to start.
Yes.
The top side's going to be our general 80% of the people love it. It works. It's got the back support,
And then if
durability.
you have a question about it being or needing it to be firmer, you flip it over. You have the
Flip it over, you're
automatically
automatically firmer.
You have the built-in automatic firm bed.
So you have a
on the
firm, then you'll have a gentle firm.
and you'll have a gentle firm.
Or if
and
you
a-
want to call it a medium firm, gentle firm, same thing.
Right, or
Okay.
and then down the line, if you graduate from the firm to the gentle firm, and then after that, you would graduate to the plush.
As you age, you might
As
need
you
a
age,
pressure
lose
point,
muscle
shoulders,
density,
side sleepers.
Issues, hip replacements, anything, you still have a bed that you can convert.
So they would
versus
go on our
buying
site.
it.
They would go on our site and just order the right.
You go to the a la carte menu, and
Okay,
then you
and
would
pick the
choose
right
your
conversion kit.
Comfort kits.
Right,
off
comfort
to the
kit.
Right there, pick your comfort kit. And
Right, off you go. We send it to them. They
send
just
to 'em,
zip
and
it
you
right on.
self-attach, explain directions in video, and you go from there, and you have a bed that you can use
For
a lot
15,
longer
20 years.
time.
Yeah, 15, 20 years.
Think about it. It'll age as you age.
Right, right.
There we go.
Okay, put these down. Put these down. It's a great bottom. So see what this flange does? It pulls, you pull it in, you put it under, you tighten it up, and it gives it a nice base. Pull these in, you can push it in.
You wanna glue this a little bit or no?
Yeah, we're gonna glue this just a little bit. We're gonna adhere it. 2 seconds. Where is it? Here it is. Not much, because it's on the wrong table. But go like this. That's good enough, huh? Okay.
So they can tack everything down so it holds it in place, and you don't have any.
Right. It pulls your coils in.
Keeps everything tight, secure, keeps things from moving and rubbing against each other and
Yeah.
causing unnecessary wear. Kind of like those zip-up beds.
Those beds that you build and you unzip.
Zip and
they're
zip.
They're so sloppy. See how nice and tight that is? And then we're pulling these coils in, right? Okay.
Let me put that.
Yeah. Now he's gonna hog ring it. Nice. So the goal, Jim, the goal for a good bed is to keep it nice and straight as you look down here. And the reason is it's easier to use this machine. So you want to kind of eyeball it and make sure you have some nice 90-degree.
Franklin's finishing up this bottom
Yeah. Okay.
panel.
So the bottom panel's done. Breathable, again, spacer material, Nike, Adidas, that type of material. Okay, and that's nice. Look how tight that is. That's nice. That's beautiful. Okay. What's the next step in this bed? You want to stop that for a second? Okay, you guys, what are we doing now?
Zipper.
Zipper. So now we want to put a zipper on the bottom. So when the client or customer gets this mattress delivered, it's going to be 80% of the people are going to like the side that's built out for them, because we know that. We know what feel and comfort they like. This is the secondary side, which means that if they ever want to add a little attachment to it, which we provide, they can create any firmness they want on it.
Yep. Comfort kit.
And if they want to just reproduce this on the other side, we can do that as well.
You could have a two
Yeah,
side.
let's say this side wears after 5, 6, 7, 8 years, more than what they want. You know, some people are heavier. Some people put them on the wrong bases.
Right.
They can actually reproduce that same feel on
the
opposite side. So we're not necessarily providing that right now because we're thinking we don't know what firmness they're going to like.
Right.
We're leaving it.
Gives them an option.
It's an open option, right?
Okay.
Okay. So.
Let me start in the middle.
Okay, so you're starting in the middle. This zipper, this is called a Musi zipper that was custom made for us. And what it is, it's actually used for tents. Really heavy duty. A lot of these bed companies, you go look at their zippers that they use, micro zippers.
Yeah.
Micro, they're trying to save every penny.
You see them on baby clothes.
Yeah.
Zippers from baby clothes.
Yeah, no. This is it's overkill. Everyone out there, it's overkill, but
Because you're not going to have to use it that much. But if and when you do, it'll work.
Yeah. And then so this top is actually removable completely.
You want me to put it like...
This is just a little filler material. This is used in the upholstery industry. So if you ever had a sofa and you have those nice rounded corners and everything, this is what they put around the edges to give you that nice look. And it's just what we do here. It's an extra added touch. Well, how many corners you cutting? 5. One for mistake?
I don't like that one.
Oh, he doesn't like that one. Okay. Okay. So you see how that stuff's that in there, and it's going to give it a nice little rounded look. It's just makes sense. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I think we got it, man. This is the winner. This is what's going to help so many people across the country sleep well. What do you think? What do you guys think? Really comfortable, nice and firm and supportive, yet nice for the shoulders. What a great feel. So this is it. This is the finished product right here. Obviously, it's a prototype, no labels. Now, we have to figure out how to ship this thing. I don't want to roll it. I can fold it once, right?
Yeah.
We can fold it once without destroying these coils or any of the foam or any of the latex. Because if we can ship this thing for an affordable price, there's going to be a lot of happy customers nationally. So, all right, let's go from there.